Well, good morning and welcome back to the program. Please join me in welcoming my very good friend, my partner in crime for Regatta Radio. And, people always say, oh, she's really your friend. No, we actually are friends. And by the end of the St. Martin Heineken Regatta, we finish each other's sentence. It's good morning, Cary Byerley. Good
Good
morning.
morning. I was just thinking to myself, partner in crime, and they say crime doesn't pay. So, should we be doing this? Partners in crime? Have we been a successful partners in crime? Do you
I think
think?
so. I think so.
Okay, all right.
I,
I was just thinking about that expression.
oh, boy.
Yeah. Anyway, quite true. Crime doesn't pay.
Well, there you go. There you go. It's always excuse me, nice to see you in the morning, and I'm very excited about the big announcement the other day when Daniela and Zoila were in for the Whalers, the headliners on Sunday night,
I
March 9th for the
know.
45th.
That's really it's so what I love about the Whalers coming, it fits everybody. There isn't there's not a generation that hasn't, or maybe the very young generation haven't heard of them, but
No, 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 no.
no,
They all know the song. They all know the songs. They
they all
all know
know
the
the
Bob Marley
songs.
song.
And yeah, I was meaning younger,
Yeah.
but I think it's so good because everybody loves the music. It makes everybody happy. It's just like, yeah. And how many other bands out there fit that? The age category, the demographics of the
Well,
people.
well, well,
It,
well.
it fits everybody.
The thing that's nice about this, right, is it will span both our local community and the sailing community,
Yes,
and it has a very nice Caribbean vibe. And
it
that's
does.
how I said that, Caribbean, not
Caribbean.
Caribbean.
We didn't have Caribs. Anyway, I think, yeah, no, I think it's great, and not only does everybody that it fits everybody, but it's great music.
Oh,
It's
well,
you
yeah,
know where
without a doubt.
it makes us all feel happy. It's it,
I might even make it to the show
yeah.
that you and I might make it all the way to the end.
Yeah, and the other great thing is it doesn't go on really late. So for
Yeah.
the older ones,
Well,
it's
that was one of the questions that came up. Um, uh, was is it really going to what time's it going to start, and will really start at that time? And uh, and I said, listen, the intention is to not have this be something that starts 3 hours late.
yeah, no,
The intention is to do prize giving at 6 o'clock and have the entertainment kick off immediately thereafter, so that the Whalers get on stage at a normal hour, and we're done at a normal hour ish
Yeah,
for
we want
for
to be
some.
done by it all by 11,
Yeah,
and then the village, or maybe it goes a little later on Sunday, but
I
I
think
don't think so. But I don't think it is much later. But I just think that's for everybody, and especially people that are coming to it. That if you have to go to work the next day, you're not completely exhausted because you've been up till 3 o'clock in the morning.
well, yeah, and for those of us that have that have spent the whole day on the water racing, or for us commentating and working, and then working at the village all day, and
Pretty
yeah,
fried.
we're a little, that's a nice way to put it. So it would be. Listen, I think we're gonna have a great time.
Yeah,
There's no doubt about it. I think for the first time in a long time, the vibe, the positiveness of Sunday night is coming through, and I think
yeah,
that's a great thing.
it is. And then Alison Hines on Saturday, she's great too. So I
Yeah,
mean, phew,
yeah, without a doubt.
we're
I
and
can't wait to get talk to her on the air.
yes, yes, yes. That's I think she's a really good, positive person, and that's so nice that I think with so much negativity going on around us in the world,
Yeah.
it is if we can try and do everything that's positive and keep things positive and just be positive for a while, we all need it. We all need positivity in our lives, and sometimes you get bogged down with all the negativity. So let's make serious fun, positively serious fun regatta.
I agree with you. Excuse me. So it'd be a great evening. So I have to ask. Have
Mhm,
you? I didn't look this morning. How
mhm.
many boats we had?
It's 83. It shows 84, I believe it is, but let me do a double check.
You got one
But
duplicate?
we've got one duplicate. Yes,
I hate when that
exactly.
happens.
Yeah, well,
It
it's
does.
actually funny enough, it's the Something Hot team, the girls.
How'd they get it in there twice?
Because I have a feeling it was put in once by the Bareboat Company and once by them.
Oh.
So, and I don't know which one to take out. So we need to
It would be really
Just
nice. Maybe
do
they're
that.
coming with two teams.
So that
Something
would
hot
be
one
neat.
and something hot
Yeah,
two.
but they often say that. Yeah, it's 83 boats where
I love
we've
it.
got at the
That's
moment. And we just had this morning
Mhm.
a one of the Volvo 70s has entered.
Oh, great.
So that means we've got 3 of those Volvo boats now.
Awesome.
We've got 2 65s and 1 70. So and then for me, the other boat that's entered, can't remember if it was in last week. I don't think it was Kealoha 3. This was the boat that you loved.
Which boat is that? I'm trying to.
Kealoha 3. You kept saying, "Oh, I want that boat. I want that boat."
What is it?
She's a very, very, very famous boat. And
I'm drawing a
belonged
blank.
to Jim Kilroy. She's a Sparkman and Stevens,
Ooh.
76 foot, I think. Kealoha, yeah, 79 foot.
Mm.
Beautiful, beautiful older boat. She's an older boat.
Love it.
And you, on the water, when I pointed out to you, go, "Oh, yeah, I remember that." I think it was about, 4 years ago, maybe. She was here, something like that.
How many years have you and I been doing this now?
I can't remember if it was 2017 I started with you or 2018. It was one of those years.
Wow. It just, yeah. I like
Because was it pre-Irma or post-Irma is what I'm trying to remember.
I'm gonna have to go back and look. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go back and look. I have one picture I use all the time. It's a picture of me with the headphones on, and your hand is you. I think somebody took the picture while we were standing face to face, and there's a picture of your hand, like pointing at me in the picture, and I use it all the time because it's a great headshot. And that might be the first year, so I'm gonna have to go look at when did that picture originate.
Yeah, no, I think that actually wasn't the first year. I know I was nervous as anything that first year. I was so frightened. And it's amazing how
Of me?
not of you, but of just talking on the radio and doing this, because it's daunting. It's your first time,
Yeah, and then sooner or later you just realize the microphone isn't there, and we're just talking. It's just us having a conversation.
And also the big main factor is it's not like talking in front of people where you can see everybody looking up at you
Well, you have no
or
idea.
frowning or like, what the hell is she saying?
No feedback, right?
No feedback.
Just for
so
me.
you start to forget that there is people listening to you.
Well, that's what makes it real, right?
Yeah.
Because it's us having a conversation about something that we both love and cherish.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, what really comes across to our listeners.
And I remember the second year I was still really nervous, and you said, "Why? Why? That's exactly what you said last year. What's your problem?"
And now we just go do it. Now, I always get nervous, not for the radio part. I just always get nervous until we get on the boat and get out there and get started and make sure that all the technology works, because you never know until the bitter end, And we try and do lots of backup and redundancy and everything else. But, we keep our fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Keep our fingers crossed. So you said 83 boats.
83 boats
Love
in, and I think I mentioned it before. I'm very, very pleased with our entry list.
Yeah.
It may not be, and we know there's a lot. We know we've got 8 more DMs to come in. We know we've got a few more bareboats to come in. We know that there's some local people that haven't entered yet, and there's
Who has not entered locally? Who
well,
can I call?
still Dauntless.
Dauntless.
Dawn on Dauntless.
Dawn, where are you this morning, Dawn? Dawn, come into the studio. Come into the studio this morning. I'll make you a cup of coffee, and we'll help you enter right here.
Yeah,
there you go.
There you go.
Bring
Cup
your
of
credit
coffee.
card.
No, you don't need to pay yet. You don't need to pay.
Okay.
You just
Just
enter. In
enter.
fact, you can't at the moment with the way it is, or you can't pay at that point online with yacht scoring like we used to be able to.
Got it.
Um, but then Pedro.
Hmm.
But I talked to him and he said, yes, I'm still trying to see if I can get the boat ready. And he says, if I don't do one boat, I'll do the other boat. So he doesn't know which boat yet. So I hope he does Fujimo because it would be fun to have her racing against Quintessence.
For sure.
And then we have the other Fujimo. So then we'd have two Fujimos racing.
Love it. That's good.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
But not, the entry list is really good. We're going to have some great racing out there.
I'm looking forward to it. I really am. So we start on Thursday.
So actually, we technically start Wednesday
With
because with registration. So the boats have to. So there's a difference between put their entry list, and registration. So registration means they come in, they sign up, they make sure they're all paid up, they've got their rating certificate, they get the classes that they're in, they get, and that registration actually really confirms who's racing.
Right.
So we have a list of who should be coming, but just because they've signed up to come doesn't mean they're actually racing. So registration, that's your final list.
And then we hope by the time we go out in the water the next morning that everybody has registered, shows up at the start line.
Exactly.
At the right time.
At the right time.
How many from the race committee side of the house, do any idea how many? We have two start boats again?
Yes.
Is that the plan?
Yes.
Two start boats?
Yes. And we may even, because we've got the Sunfast class this year, are we going to do a separate start for them? But it would just be a small dinghy one for them.
Got it.
A small boat rather than a big boat. And we've got, there's actually a lot going on. Next week I'll do another. We'll give another little news bit, but we've got the One Design Racing with the DMs. The Melges 24s have their own class. The Sunfast 20s have their own class, and then of course on Saturday we have the Next Generation Racing. So they're racing in the Zest, and they have that. So that's another separate thing going on Saturday and Sunday.
Will that be in the lagoon or will that be?
I think I'm not 100% sure yet. A lot will also depend on weather.
Of course.
Last couple of years it's been outside in Simpson Bay, but we'll confirm that, and I would imagine they'll go there again because the wind is steadier out there than in the lagoon. And then also very new this year is sailability. So we've got a sailability is for the less abled people. And the yacht club now has a program that's been going for a while, and they have I think it's six people in the program, and one of our key I've done a blank on the word, sorry, is that we one of our key values is that we have different days with different names to it, like inclusivity. Is one of them, and I was going, well, we've got inclusivity. Why are we not including this program that the yacht club puts on for the sailability? We only have one boat for them, so it's like, okay, so how do we do that? So we're going to do a time trial type way of doing it. So up to a weather mark and down, and not all of them can be on the water for very long. So we just keep it a very quick race, and then we do a time trial, and whoever comes out with the best is the top team.
I love it.
And yeah, it's I just think it's a nice way. It's exciting for them to be involved in the Heineken Regatta.
I think it's brilliant. And let me take a quick
So
break.
thanks to Sam Peaks from the St. Martin Yacht Club is the one responsible for putting all this together.
Kids love him.
Yeah.
The kids really love him.
So
let me do this. Let me take a quick commercial break. More Regatta Radio made possible by our very good friends at Budget Marine. You might know them.
I've heard of them.
Good. Remember, we need the Budget Marine flag.
I was thinking about that.
Or do we have it here?
I don't think we got it.
Do we? Yeah, I have to go.
I don't think we got one.
I have to look.
So we have.
I'm gonna look at all before you leave. I'll look in the whole stash and see if it's there. Of course, more with Cary Byerley, my partner in crime, good crime for Regatta Radio. Regatta Radio made possible by Budget Marine.
Crime that pays.
Yes, we'll be right back. Welcome back to the program. Glad you're with us this morning. Good morning, and please say good morning to my partner in crime for Regatta Radio, the one and only Cary Byerley, Madam Chairman. That has a nice ring to it, Madam Chairman.
Yeah. A
Madam.
frightening ring.
No. No. So, are you happy you did this? You became chair of the Regatta? Are you enjoying it?
I I
I could
am.
slap me later.
I am. No, it is. It's been very different. I love new challenges, and that's what this is. But it's at times I'm like, why am I doing this? Because it's not easy. It's not easy trying to keep everybody happy, and that's been one of the biggest struggles. But yeah, we try our best. We do it, and hopefully we'll have a great regatta,
We
and
will have I'm not
hopefully
worried about that.
and
We're gonna have a
hopefully
great
at the end
race.
of the day, everybody's okay. And yeah,
At the end of the day, I can assure you of two things. We will have fantastic sailing conditions. Whether we have big wind or little wind, we will still have glorious sailing conditions. We will have a great race. We will drink lots of ice cold Heineken, and we'll have some fun.
and we'll have some fun.
That,
Fun, fun,
and at the end of the
fun.
day, everything else is just superfluous,
Yeah.
because that's really what it's about.
Yeah, and I think people tend to get at times people get so wrapped up in certain things, and truthfully, in the big picture, does it really matter? Let's just chill. Let's just,
Let's go race.
let's go have
That's what I'm saying.
fun. Let's there's a goal that we're all trying to reach. Let's relax about it. And
Let's all go sail and have some fun.
yeah,
And
yeah.
then everything else will fall into place.
Yeah. I
Okay.
mean, you do have to sort of get the structure right and
Yeah.
everything, but then yeah, it should be. It is good. It is good. It's a great event for the island. Um and yeah, and the visitors, the people that come love it. And that's the good thing. It's a good event for the island, and it's a good event for the people that come.
Well, and I think we've talked about this all the time, and our buddy John Leone used to say, it takes a whole island to throw a party this big.
Yeah.
It's true.
It's very true. Let me tell you, it's very true. And without all the unbelievable people that are supporting it, and the sponsors, and in kind people that things that everybody does,
All the
we
volun-
couldn't do it. We
all the
could
volunteers.
not do it. Well, it's the volunteers, but companies that put in masses of help in kind.
Yeah. And all the in-kind stuff costs money.
It costs money.
Yeah.
And we could not do it. And sometimes it could be just a small little thing that somebody does. But that, to us, is unbelievably important. It could be what actually helps keep the regatta going.
You know what I'd love to do next week when we do this? Let's kind of run down the list of the sponsors and all of the folks that support us, and let's do that in a very
Yeah.
public way and say
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah. Yes.
And I
No.
think so. It's a big list.
I would like, actually, rather than the big main sponsors, because they're out there, if we just do some of the sport, as many of the supporters that we can, because there's
Sure.
a lot of them, and they deserve to be mentioned.
And
Uh,
you know
and
me, I love to, I love
you
to,
love
I
you
talk
love
about
to.
all the sponsors ad nauseum, because I want I want people to enjoy the regatta, and I want
Yeah.
people to visit everyone that helps make this event possible.
Also to understand how many people come in to help,
It's crazy. It's
I
amazing.
mean, we have something like 150 volunteers. 150 volunteers.
So,
That's incredible.
well, we have 150 volunteers that in many cases are giving up and using their vacation time
Yeah.
to come here and work themselves like crazy, because they love the event.
We have so many volunteers that fly in from Canada.
Mm.
And I'm like, why are you doing this? Why are you
It's cold in Canada.
Exactly. They're quite happy to pay for a ticket to come down, pay for somewhere to stay, come and help, and have, sort of be like, okay, quick, work here, do this, do that. And they're quite happy with that. And I'm like, why are you doing this? They said, do you know anything about our weather?
Have you been in Canada this time of the year?
Never, never, never. And I never want to.
You've never been to Canada?
Oh, I've been to Canada, but not this time of year. I
I,
go in the summer like any sensible person.
We used to kind of joke. I had clients in Canada and I had clients in upstate New York, and that if you went after, depending on where you were and how far north you were going. If you went after the 1st of November, you were there till May. There was no flying in and out.
You
It was
couldn't
just,
get out. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But
No.
some spots in upstate New York are even worse than spots in Canada from the cold and the snow and everything else. But no, we have a huge Canadian following with the St. Martin Heineken Regatta, and we have for a number of years.
Yeah,
For
no,
sure.
it's brilliant. It's brilliant. And one of the other where we get a lot of competitors is actually from Poland. I
Oh,
mean, it's like Poland. Why would Poland be coming? And we do.
well, I want
And
you to think about the weather in Canada and the weather in Poland. There's a big
yeah,
similarity here.
could be, could be. Yeah. So
um,
this year we have a Polish judge coming.
oh, great.
Yeah, yeah,
Great. I can't wait to meet some of the judges
yeah.
and some of the
Uh,
members of the jury and the whole bit. We'll have a good experience like we do every year. We try and get everybody involved and let them experience um,
yes,
the St. Martin Heineken
yes.
Regatta. Carrie, I have to say thank you again.
It's my pleasure always.
And so next week we talk about supporters and sponsors
Yes,
and maybe a new surprise too.
and hopefully, yes, another little addition to the regatta.
Perfect.
Yes.
Always a pleasure to see you.
Well, it's my pleasure to be here. Thank you so much. And
Happy.
I'm not nervous when I speak on the radio anymore.
Well,
I just
you-
babble.
Well, no, me too, right? This is makes good for good morning radio. It is coming up on 9 o'clock right here in the Northeast Caribbean. Thank you to Budget Marine for sponsoring Regatta Radio right here on Island 92 and Z 105.1 FM. Marine and tropical weather update is on the way next, brought to you by our very good friends at K Beach Club and Restaurant. K like character. We'll be right back.